Show of hands, please, who has had the experience of going to the estate planning attorney and writing a will? So for those of you who haven't gone, I'm going to explain quickly the process and how it works. Show up at a law firm, and they're supposed to write out a plan of attack for your wealth transfer to your kids or your family. And they are very well versed in what's in green on the left-hand side, so that they have plans for your bank accounts, brokerage accounts, your tangible assets, your house, your boat, whatever it is that you have that you want to pass on. But what they do not have plans for are everything in red. And as we have grown to become part of technology and it belongs to us every day as well, there's really not a structured plan, and we actually have funds. We have funds sitting in Venmo, or we are using PayPal. We're using banks that are not banks. We are using platforms like eBay. We have entrepreneurs. We have also influencers, and so money's coming in various forms. We also have things like loyalty points and travel points. After COVID, a lot of the airlines said, you know what, we're not giving you back the cash. Thank you for. We're not going to fly you to your destination because of the pandemic, and people had a flood of points. So what we would like to do is help estate planners incorporate these. And why this is important, my favorite example is a CEO we interviewed, and we were like, so what was your experience like? And he said, yeah, you know, actually I have $100,000 sitting on DraftKings that my wife doesn't know about. And I was like, well, what's DraftKings? So if we don't know what that is, it's a gambling site, but I think most gamblers have it down to zero balance, so it's a lucky one. So what do? We have a questionnaire. We have the software, we're a SaaS provider. We have a questionnaire, and we provide a report to the estate planning attorneys, and it's a disclosure. So basically you're inventorying what you have online. And then there's also something called an inventory analysis, and I'll get to that in a second. So our areas of focus in the questionnaire is divided into 7 sort of mega chapters, and it should basically outline what we all have online. Of course, payments, again, is banks, but it could be, you know, whatever online banks or fintech accounts you have with Airbnb or any other kind of fintech account that exists online. Cryptocurrencies, Web 3.0 tokens, they're all coming down the pipeline with blockchain advancements. This is also something we ask about. Biodata and health is important because, well, it is. Travel and loyalty, social media, we have a lot of value in some of these accounts, so we ask about. So the questionnaire and disclosure report, example for that is to say, okay, I have a LinkedIn account. What would you like to do with LinkedIn? So you may have had folks that you know pass away, and you're getting a reminder that they have an anniversary. That is an active account. So what LinkedIn has is an option. You can delete the account, you can close the account. You can also memorialize. You want to be active, so the account is open but inactive. Now, and our inventory analysis is super in-depth report. This one specifically is very handy for the person writing it. So there are things you can do with all these accounts in preemptive planning. And then there's a section that is the executor guide. So let's say someone actually has to fulfill the fiduciary duties to close all these accounts. Well, there's a lot of sort of time limits. There's access to the data. There's what are you going to do with the data. If you're a musician, let's say, and you have all your music online, what do you want to do with that? You know, there's a legacy that you may want to have that continues, even though maybe something's happened to you or you passed. So these are things to think about. Custodian tool, the Apple prime example is that on your phone, there's something called a legacy contact. It is under your security settings. If you have no one designated on your phone, legally no one has access to your stuff. And if that means anything to you, think about two-factor authentication when you need to get into your bank account or any other account. That phone needs access. If it doesn't have access on your phone, you're out of luck. You can try to order, but Apple is notorious for being difficult to deal with that. Then again, this is an example of the inventory. Oh, and of course, it's very in-depth, as you can see. Market share, very quick. Numbers are hard to come by, but we have 40% of the U.S. population that goes right well. And we really have a cohort of baby boomers. We're passing the largest wealth generation to their next family members, but we also have millennials coming through the pipeline with a lot more digital assets than the baby boomers. And they are having kids. That's why they're looking to write in lower interest. And our ask is that we are looking for speaking opportunities to help educate folks about the value of digital assets and to help make that plan. So we're looking for anybody that could, hey, yeah, come give us some information on this. And this is our team, Natalia, a former lawyer, and myself, and then Bart is not here today. We are